Hey everyone, this is Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology, and I'm coming to you today with a fun, quick and simple card with a interesting stained glass technique. And this is for the Stampers Showcase Autumn blog hop here for October 2021. And so you can see I have my intricate leaves dies that are on page 47 of the mini catalog. I really do love the intricacy. I love the detailed images in this die set. All right, so what we are starting out is with a card base of thick basic white. And when you are using the thick basic white, it is important that you score this first before you go ahead and try to fold this. That way you don't end up with any cracking. You'll end up with a nice smooth score line. And you can see I have die cut the leaf here, but I'll share that step in a little bit later. So basically you need your 5.5 by 8.5 card base of the thick basic white. Then you'll need a piece of early espresso that is 3 3/4 by 5. And you'll need a piece of regular basic white that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, in addition to that, you'll also need a window sheet, a section of acetate or window sheet here that is about 2.5 by 3 inches. And you'll need some adhesive sheets. These come in the 6 by 12 pieces, and we cut down what we need. So we actually need about a 2.5 by 3 inch piece of the adhesive sheets and some gold metallic here, and this is from the gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. So again, I cut a 2.5 inch section of this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is peel off the backing here from your adhesive sheet, and we'll stick that to the section of the back side of your gold metallic. So I already did that, and I cut out two. Really, I only needed one, but I went ahead and cut out 2 of the leaves from the gold metallic. And the reason I want the adhesive sheets on there is that when I go to apply this to the card, I don't have to worry about any glue sticking, making a mess here on my window sheet. I just have a nice, clean, sticky background, just a nice sticker there. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do, make sure I have my dies here, is I actually took my background here, I layered on my early espresso exactly where I wanted it, and then I layered my basic white right over the top and put on my die right in the center. Okay, I ran this entire sandwich through my die cut machine. Obviously, it's not going to cut through all 3 layers, especially since I have thick basic white on there as well. But what it does, it cut really cleanly out of the first layer. So that's perfect. This is what I want. I can save this piece for another project. And then out of the early espresso layer, it actually cut quite cleanly. It didn't quite cut all the way through, but I'm gonna just finish popping this out. And I don't actually need these. Again, save those for another project. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of cardstock there. Okay, so the nice thing about this is that when we actually go to layer these, the leaf is in exactly the same spot. Now I had an impression on here, so I did run this through. I put my die back on over the impression, ran it through, and that way I get a nice clean die cut for that as well. Okay, so what we are going to do first, we can actually go ahead and adhere our early espresso piece to the front. I know this sounds a little weird, but it's going to have a peekaboo window in it essentially for that stained glass leaf that we are going to put in here. Okay, so layering these. Okay, so make sure that we're even on all sides. Okay, next we want to put a little bit of adhesive just around, kind of all around the edges of our leaf here. All right, and this is where we're going to adhere our window sheet. We're going to kind of sandwich that right there in the middle. Okay, so that is going to be hidden inside here, and then we can go ahead and apply the rest of our adhesive to our regular basic white piece here on the front. Again, line that up right over top. Okay. All right, so we've got that window sheet in there. Now, how cool is this when we take our metallic, gold metallic leaf? It had the adhesive sheet on there, so that means I can just go ahead and pull this through. I do want to make sure that those little bitty pieces kind of pop out too, so I'm going to slowly work those out as we go. Okay, and then kind of gather up any pieces that fall out here. I do have my little scrap bin handy, so you can go ahead and pop the rest of those out. So it is a nice clean cut, but they do kind of like to stick in there. So I'll go ahead and just pull those out. We don't want those in there. Okay. They're sticking to my fingers a little bit. That's okay. All right, but you'll see why we went through this process. So it's basically, it's a pretty simple, straightforward card. Just a little bit of die cutting here. And then, okay, looks like I've got one last little piece. Get that out, okay. And all these fun little glitter pieces stuck to me. Now we're gonna take this golden leaf and we are going to fit that right into place. So you can see this is why I used the adhesive sheet, so that it would just nicely fit right in there, and I didn't have to worry about anything, any glue globs or anything like that. It just fits nicely in there. And how gorgeous is that metallic? I could have used just regular gold foil, but the metallic paper has that grain to it, so it has just a little bit more shimmer, which I thought was really neat. So now what I'm going to do, we want a greeting, of course, so I'm going to use Beauty of Friendship and the Thinking of You just here on the front. Actually, I've got that here on my little block, and we'll stamp that with Early Espresso to go ahead and coordinate with our card. So I'll just do that right down here below the leaf. Okay, very good. I was glad I got that straight. Okay, so now we're going to open this up. You can see we have the leaf in here, and we are going to go ahead. I pulled in my Stampin' Blends in Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, and Cherry Cobbler, and we are going to color some of these images in here. So I'm going to use the, actually I went ahead, I pulled the dark colors. So these come in light and dark. I pulled the darker color for each of those, and we are going to color directly on the acetate. So I'm doing pieces here and there. Come in with some cherry cobbler. All right, so I'm putting that right behind all of those pieces in there. We can check that when we flip this over, because isn't that cool? Can you see that with the there we go, when the light shines on it, we do have that neat stained glass. We have that color popping through. It looks like there's some places where I could add just a little bit more color here. Yeah, so go ahead and flip that over, because that way if you miss anything, you can see exactly where you need to put it. All right, let's see that again. And looks like I've got just a little spot here and there. So come back in here. Okay, so I think that should do it. Oh, there's a one light piece I keep missing. Okay. So isn't that really neat? Okay, so when you get this, and you have that fun stained glass look here on the front. And so actually we do need another little piece there. I don't have my gold piece. So if you cut the second gold piece, that's the intent, that it would fit right in here. I don't have that, but what I do have is that other little piece of white. So we could put that in there too. All right, we could fit that back in, stick it down. Actually, I think for this, because I didn't put an adhesive sheet on it, but it fits in there so nicely. All I really need is a glue dot there in that widest part of the leaf. And then it fits right in there. Very cool. And that way you've got the color popping through both. And fun stained glass card for you. So again, all you need for this, you need some blends and some window sheet or acetate, and the intricate leaves die cuts, or any other detailed die cut like that, that you can make a fun little window. And then of course you've got room in here to write your message and stamp or decorate as you like. But I hope you enjoyed this technique. I hope you give it a try. And don't forget to like, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much. Have a great day.